Caroline Lucas, you won overall Newcomer MP of the Year in 2013 and overall MP of the Year 2014. Now you're winning overall MP of the Parliamentary term 2010-15. Quite a record. How does it make you feel?
Well, to be honest, incredibly honoured, incredibly humbled as well, because I know that one of the reasons that this has happened is because constituents have put forward my name and have recognised some of the work I've been doing locally in Brighton. And that's what I think means so much, the sense that it is the people that I've been working with who've been so instrumental in helping me get this award. So I'm hugely grateful to them.
You did have an incredible amount of local support for your nomination, but do you ever think that a fair proportion of those whom you helped in the course of the year were unlikely to vote in the general election?
What worries me more generally is the fact that some people still haven't got into the habit of voting, or perhaps feel that their vote doesn't count. And so I think overall we certainly need to do everything possible to get people out to vote, whoever they vote for. And to be very honest, when you're doing the work as an MP, I don't think there is a calculation in your mind about whether or not the person that you're working with or helping or supporting is going to vote for you. I hope that's not a consideration in any case, because essentially once you are elected MP, then you are the MP for everybody in that constituency, whether they supported you or not, and your responsibility is to do your very best for all of them.
What was it like having the Patchworkers out working with you during the general election campaign?
The Patchworkers were absolutely amazing during the general election campaign. They brought so much energy and enthusiasm and laughter to the whole campaign. We loved it. We weren't quite sure what to expect, to be very honest. But just having this kind of breath of fresh air come into the campaign and to really help to carry us to places that perhaps we hadn't been out there campaigning with, it was incredibly helpful.
It's a very nice thought, laughter during a general election
Indeed.
campaign.
I recommend
it. You don't see that in the media, do you, very often?
No, I mean, it was a lot of fun, and making a serious point there, I think if campaigning isn't fun, then you're not going to get people with you.
Are we now what you might call a patchwork country, or haven't we quite got there yet? Is there a long way to go?
I think there's still a distance to go, unfortunately. Having said that, I think huge strides have been made, and I think Patchwork has done an amazing job, really, in highlighting the importance of reaching out to communities who perhaps otherwise feel disenfranchised from the mainstream political experience. So I think Patchwork has done wonderful work. They've raised some really important issues much higher up the political agenda. But I think even a cursory glance of where we're at now shows we've got a long way to go.
Is there any message that flows from your constituency experiences about how we as a country might handle future immigration?
I think my experience would say that the word immigration or the word migrant isn't very helpful. The numbers, the facts and the figures aren't helpful. It's when you actually get down to the real people. That's when you can engage people, when people care. And what I've seen time and again is that when you've had meetings, when I've held meetings in Brighton, talking about immigration, when you have some of the refugees, as they often are, talking about their own experiences, connecting with people locally, talking about anything from the food that they used to cook to the family that they had, that is when you can make that real connection and make people understand that these aren't just figures, they're not just abstract concepts, they are people with the same hopes and fears that all of us have. And once you've made that connection, I think that you can really have a much more open, embracing, compassionate, positive view of immigration, and I think that's the challenge.
Caroline Lucas, thanks very much indeed. Thank you.